What's up, everybody? This is Zach from Crew 42, and I'm here to help commentate the final 9-hole shoot-off from the Shootout tournament on July 13, 2019. We'll be in Three Rivers, Michigan, and commentating with me, I have Donut. How you doing, Donut?
Hey, what's up, guys?
So we're going to Cad Lake Park. It's a temporary course that we'll be playing at. Thanks to the Touch Twins for helping us out for this event and coming out and supporting us. They were in this tournament. Marweed was able to successfully win that event from the open division. The rules of this shootout is pretty simple. 2 groups of 7 to start. After each hole, the player with the lowest score is eliminated from the shootout. Any players tied for the last must compete in a CTP throw-off from a determined elimination, and then you're going to keep going until we get a final person standing at the very end of it. So here's our first group of 7. We actually have Andrew Marweed going to stay in our feature event here, and so here is hole 1, 240 feet, pretty simple. The OB, and I'm going to use that really heavy quotation marks, is the rail on the fence here on the left side. So as long as you don't go over that fence, you're in bounds and you can still save your score. Just don't do that.
So this is the opposite of skins match.
Yes.
If you've seen that before, where skins you're trying to be the only person to win the hole.
Yep.
In the shootout, you're trying to be the only person to not, or you're trying to not to be the only person to lose the hole.
Right. So Stormy there, almost thrown over the fence. She got hit by the top of that brush there, and she got knocked down. So she's still in the game here. I think this is Frank. Yep, this is Frank throwing now. He's going way high.
Like, obviously this is an easy 2.
Yeah.
But the 3 here is totally fine because someone's probably going to get a 4. It's extremely windy, and the OB is reasonably tight. And all these people, are making the, what I believe, incorrect decision of trying to throw all the way to the pin when you could just take your super overstable putter or mid-range and just kind of putt it up the thing, or up the galley here. And take an easy 3.
So I forgot that they actually determined to make it a little more interesting, because I think last year they had a lot of people tie for this, was they made the rail tracks OB. So
yes,
everything over the rail tracks as well as OB. So I got to make that count as well. As you notice the indication.
Nice little ace run.
Yeah, nice little ace run. He's in circle. He's going to almost guarantee now to move on.
It's easy, a lot easier to tee off last here because someone's OB, and OB pretty far back. So they are very likely going to take a 4 here.
Right.
Barring a throw-in.
And we have a couple people with OBs here, so they're still fighting with each other, and Marweed just throwing it.
This is absolutely the pro play here to not... He's not even trying to take a 2. I mean, he'll run it.
Yeah, I think he was giving enough power for it to get there.
Absolutely guaranteeing a 3.
Yeah, like you said, he's playing the safest thing. He's guaranteeing that's going to stay in the grass. He's not going to do anything fancy.
So this guy's trying to throw it in.
Yeah, he was
trying to take a 3 to make sure he doesn't be the one to take a 4.
Yep, he's trying to put a little pressure on the other people who went OB to see if they can do it. So here's Frank now. He can do the same thing.
He's OB too.
He's got to get over that rail.
Yep, that's going to be another 4.
Both of them are a little far out there, so we'll see.
That's definitely a putt, absolutely.
Yeah, testers. Here's Stormy. She makes this. She's guaranteed to move on to the next round.
That's a layup.
Yeah. She's just a little short there, laid it up. She guaranteed that next putt for sure. There's a safe run. That's his second shot, so he's just...
Yeah, nothing matters.
If it goes in, great. So this one, I think this is to force Frank to make his putt. So if Frank makes his, then he'll move on.
What were the qualifications to enter this tournament?
So the qualifications for the event, that's a great question, is that the winners of each division are guaranteed a slot, and then they raffled the remaining spots for the event itself. So the winner of each division is here playing. So Marweed won Open, for example. He's in the event. And I think they actually extended it to second and third as well for Open, maybe, because I know Reed didn't play. Nate Wegren is in it though, who took second. So they might have extended to second place for the Open field. So we got Dan Treese, quit taking a step in there, saying hi. Greatest caddy there. So our first person to be eliminated is Larry. So we have 6 people left on the card: Stormy, Jason, Frank, Andrew, Mark, and Dylan. All right, now we have hole 2 here, 354 feet. We're going to call everything a par 3, but the reality is like pars is not significant here.
The par 8
yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah, whoever gets the low score there. So you see our flag man volunteering for the tournament. Thank you so much for doing that. Checking everyone. Waters OB, obviously. They have a flagged line. You can see that white flag line. That's all OB on the left side. pretty standard hyzer hole. You really just put it over the water as aggressive as you want to be. Stormy's a lefty, so she's going to try to probably follow the curve of the grass around the... This is looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's perfect. You want to just get
Yep.
just past the tree, maybe,
Yep.
is the best place to aim. Again, someone's likely going to take a 4 here with all the added OB.
Yep.
And so you can probably just play for 3 here.
Frank going really aggressive. I think he just didn't want to put that water into play, but he just overthrows it. So you can see him. He's standing on the OB line, so he's well past the OB there. So he's going to be throwing for his 3 probably 40, 50 feet away there. Another forehand. This is actually surprising me. I would really think that backhand hyzer is just like get close to the water line. Something real overstable will just crash. And Dylan there's barely OB there. Very close.
And so this is interesting because we're going to see the AM2s, AM3s, and I'm not sure if the AM4s were...
There was no AM4 division, I think, this tournament.
So just AM2s and AM1, AM2, and AM3. And you're going to see some different plays from them because a lot of them, you lean on their forehands.
Right. And so another OB, and again, both of those are just barely out. So a lot of people still... So if you threw out OB, you still have a chance to stay in. Here's a real smart play from Dave, just up, halfway up the...
Just past the tree,
Yep.
2/3 of the way up, maybe.
Marweed's... I like the play from Marweed forehand because of his power. He's literally throwing it at the basket.
He's actually trying to make it.
Yeah, this is a very safe shot for him, right? He can throw it over the water for sure. The water distance did come into play a little bit.
Oh no, tough shot from Stormy here.
Grabbed something really flippy. But it looks if it stay. Oh, stay. And it
That's
does.
safe for sure.
So she just has to go up and down. So I think Frank was one of the people who threw OB, with that forehand. So this is his third. I think he's just trying to go up and down. It's got a little uphill. That's great.
Yep, easy 4. Not sure. There's probably a putt off for 4.
Yeah, I think 4 will be the difference here, unless somebody misses throws too far for their upshot or something.
Right.
Pending anyone getting real far away.
This is another OB shot.
Yep, and this one looks really good.
Yeah, it's great if it makes it, but that's fine right there. He's got an easy tap in.
Yep.
To at the least qualify himself for the...
the playoff. Dylan also one of the other OB. I think there were 3 of them, and they're all real close. So it looks like we're going to have a throw-off pending anyone missing one of those putts. Stormy trying to take her 3 here.
She's trying to save herself from... Oh, she's going to be in that playoff, that 4 bracket, too. There's going to be a bunch of them.
Marweed with an ugly spit out. And I've never seen anyone smile more for a spit out than that one because he knew it didn't matter.
That's the absolute best time to spit out
Yes.
is when your score literally doesn't
Didn't
impact
matter.
your result.
This is like I literally can miss this and make the next one. I'm fine. So Frank making his first one. So he's guaranteed himself in the playoff pending disaster. As the rest of these
I don't
just
think
tap
anyone's
out.
going to miss from here on out.
Yeah, the playoff for this hole was towards the water. So you get too aggressive trying to make it, you're going to go in the water. As Stormy has to...
Well, it's just a CTP, though, isn't it?
Right, and so you want to lay it up, but they put the water behind it just for a visual, kind of let it get in your brain.
Makes it spooky, for sure.
Yep. So here's the first one, tiebreaker. This is Dylan.
And so the TD just lays a mini down, and you're throwing at the basket as a CTP.
Yep. And 2 great shots to start. Those are really
perfect.
good. Yep.
I think that's closer, but it's hard to tell from
I
here.
think the 2 on the left are the closest
Right.
right now.
Oh, that's not going to do it, Stormy.
Stop. Yep, and that one's going to be farthest out. So unfortunately, Stormy eliminated hole 2. So we have 5 left in this particular card. Remember, there's another card of 7 that are playing right now. They'll combine later.
They're right behind us.
Yep, they're right down the hole behind us. So hole 3 now, 240 feet. All of the sidewalk there on the right side is OB. You can see the flags right there that marks that. The sidewalks here, if I recall correctly, the sidewalk that you see right there in front of the basket is not OB, but the sidewalk behind the basket
Yeah, it's OB
is.
long and OB right.
Yes.
That's it.
And then OB left if you're over the flags that between the last hole. So Frank, I think, almost going for maybe was trying to go for a roll there.
I think he went for a real safe shot out to the left
and just didn't get in the air.
Right.
This is a real safe shot. Big hyzer. Yep. Easy and safe. He'll just have to pitch up and take a 3.
He's trying to make his upshot as easy as possible.
Right. Backhander. So, like the last hole, I think with the water, the backhand player is favored, right? Because it's the safer shot.
Right.
But I think here the forehand player is favored because you actually have the ability to.
Yep.
And he had to check that one between the 2 flags. He's just OB again, back to back. But he'll have a pretty close approach there for his next shot.
Oh, that's sawed off for sure.
Yep. And that's not as much as he wanted. That's going to be short and OB as well. Here's Marvy. This should be a pretty traditional shot.
And I think he's throwing a pig on all 9 holes. Is that fair to?
Yeah, probably. And he's inside circle. He's going to tap in, move on. Yeah, and Frank throwing a good upshot, using the rock to his advantage too. There's no risk at tossing it at that spot. Dylan doing the same thing.
That's the easiest 3.
Yeah. That's textbook, right? Why make it harder for yourself? Guarantee that you're going to move on.
And so we're probably going to have a playoff here from these 2 OB guys taking 4s.
Right. So he has a chance of making this. Ooh. Now it looks like we might have a third now.
Oh, 3. There were 3 OBs too. Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
He was close. He was close enough for that run, but.
Right, absolutely.
So now everyone's just going to tap out from this spot. I don't think anyone.
I mean, the only risk of missing here isn't like actually missing the basket. It's a spit out from these practice baskets.
Now, some of you watching this coverage right now is probably wondering, like, wasn't the shootout like in July? Why didn't you post this here? So when we were recording, as we watched the tiebreakers here, Frank's up first. As we were recording this, we were getting ready to post this. Okay, we were posting the shootout. We were recording River City Open at the same time, and that lightning storm happened, and it caused the computer to completely just get fried. And so I had to call my friend Joe, and he had to help me rebuild the computer. And wow, Dave there scooting just in front of Frank there to move on. Frank gets eliminated. But as we were rebuilding the computer, we lost the shootout data. So I've been working on it for months trying to recover it. Finally got it, most of it back. So super thankful to have that. And thanks for Joe working with me on that.
Hole 4 here, 245 feet. Calling it a par 3, doesn't matter. OB Road is really far along, and then the river is OB.
Yeah, so they changed it. I think they said last year the wooden walkway was OB last year, and the rocks were OB, and this year it's not.
Yeah, so if you scoot down this like cliff here and land on the path, get super lucky, that's inbounds.
Yes. I think that's what
it was a little confusing for our players because of the changes, and you know it's tough on a temporary course.
Ooh, and then like, just as we talked about
but for our card at least, the spotter called that inbounds, so it's inbounds.
Yep. Dylan staying on top of the grass. The more open line is this forehand.
But it puts the water into play.
Right. And so the backhand, you have to go real big, though.
Monster hyzer. Right. We know what Andy's doing. He's going to take his pig, and he's going to throw a forehand, and it's going to be 4 feet from the pin.
If it's 4 feet... It's
classic Andy.
It's like he's really good with a pig or something. I don't know. So here he is on the walkway. He's still inbounds. Oh, go in.
Big Anheuser. That's an easy 3 to probably qualify himself for the playoff.
Yep. So Dylan here trying to make this to guarantee himself that he won't be in the playoff, just off the top of the basket. Dave here now trying to tap in. Yep, so he's guaranteed to move on to the next hole no matter what. Marwy needs to make this to guarantee that as well. Does so.
That's a hard putt for this practice.
Especially with a water right behind it. If he missed, he was gone. Dylan taps him. Yeah, that's true. He is highest rated player here by a margin, right?
Right.
All right, so Dylan is throwing the first tiebreaker here.
That's solid, but
that's
not
okay.
stellar.
3 feet, right? Door has been left open. Yep, and he capitalizes. Yep. So moving on, our Jason, Andrew, and Mark from our first card here.
So then the 2 cards of originally 7 combine to now a card of 6.
Correct. So here we have the 6 players that are going to be in the final shootout here.
And
on
we got
hole 5.
Now we have 3 open players instead of just 1. We picked up Nate Wagren, who took second, and then Ryan Herzog, who played open in the tournament. We actually covered him in round 1. And then he didn't qualify by placement; he qualified by raffle.
Yep. And he actually shot. I think
he shot an awesome round, but
I think he tied hot round in round 2 and shot really well. I think he ended up taking 3rd overall in the event. So, really, really good shooting from those guys. So 252 for this one. A lot of OB. All the water's OB. The sidewalk here's OB. But if you really throw that short, what are you doing, right?
Yeah, this one's tough. So you almost want to lay up right here.
So he throws up the red flag here, says it's OB, and the only reason the graphic doesn't go up is because after they walked up to it,
we were trying to find his disc in the water.
We found it.
It wasn't in the water.
It wasn't in the water. It looked like it had gone in. There was still some of it touching land.
So if he can find footing on that hill, this is how they ruled it. If he can find his footing and throw, they'll allow him to do so, but they're not going to allow him to change his lie at all.
Right.
So if he can't stand on that hill, it's out of bounds.
Right.
And I don't know how that works for PDGA, but this is obviously an unsanctioned event.
Right.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah. And I love it.
Pro play from Zog there.
Yep. Especially knowing one person has gone OB for sure now, wide over the water.
We say for sure.
No,
it turns out it wasn't.
The second
one was definitely
OB. So he knows this for a fact. This is really aggressive. This is really aggressive.
Well, that's an awkward distance to make that tester putt, too. Yeah. You almost don't want to.
Marweed also trying to go with the safe shot here. Saws it off a
right in between the safe shot and the not safe shot.
But his stayed in for sure. His was on ground.
His footing's going to be okay.
Yep. And so there's I think that's the OB thrower. He almost goes OB again under the bridge, but he stays in bounds.
So now it's really just a challenge for all our other players just to stay safe.
Yeah.
You're not even trying to get any specific score because his max is a 5 probably.
This is the hardest hole by far we've played because the whole hill, everything slopes towards water. Like any bad skip and you go OB.
Or anything that hyzers too much and cut rolls.
He found solid footing and was able to make a pretty good throw actually.
Yep. He was holding onto the hill with one hand and then let go to find balance for just a second, threw, demonstrated balance, then grabbed onto everything so he didn't go tumbling into the rocks.
Marweed getting a little aggressive there, actually overthrows the hole, potentially into the OB. He is safe though.
More gross footing on that cliff.
He just wanted to play on hard mode. So
pro play from Zog.
Yep, he knows he's going to make it as long as he makes his 4. Okay, another layup there. Nate here with the super aggressive wizard throw, also giving the most dangerous layup of all time, right? So super not exciting, right? Everyone knows what's going on. Really, the only person that we're kind of questioning here, Marweed, like from his position, can he...
Well, so the other thing is, it was...
oh, never mind. It's Andrew Marweed. I forgot, so...
Well, he's 9 feet tall, so it's just an easy tap-in turbo from way down off the cliff.
Right. Unfortunately, Jason is the first one to be eliminated here. Now, here's where this is where things get a little tricky. So we lost the footage for the main camera moving forward. So the only camera footage that we were able to save after all the data got destroyed was the catch cam. So starting from this hole moving forward, we only have catch cam. But luckily, catch cam recorded a hole overview. So we have hole 6 here, 330 feet. A lot of stuff in the OB. Our first thrower here went right into like this weeds right next to the water. He's ruled safe. We know he's in there, but we can't find the disc yet.
Right.
Second throw here was by Mark, and he's short over the sidewalk, but he's safe.
And that's probably by intent too.
Yeah, he's
just pitching an overstable putter up.
Yep.
He's got a pegger of his own.
This is Nate Wegren. He's getting a little more aggressive. Did more of a hyzer, trying to go over that tree on the left side you see there.
And then the easy play here is the skip shot right across the parking lot and just a late hyzer. Mm-hmm. But that van happens to be parked right in the middle of the parking lot. There's really no incentive to be there, but it's just like in the way. So it really obstructed all our drives here.
Yep. Marweed got a little into those bushes as well, but he is also safe. And I bet we took like you had mentioned earlier, this is not a sanctioned event. This is the fun shootout round after the event you qualified for. This is a blast to be a part of. Ryan going aggressive for that too. But the disc, that first one that went into the bush, we spent a good time looking for that.
Almost 5 minutes.
And it was quite a big chunk of time.
And the TD finally gave us a 30-second warning, or we're calling it a lost disc.
Yep.
And halfway through that,
I think Nate found it. Yeah.
But all the players really wanted the disc to be found
Yep.
too, because they don't want to win like that. They want to show off their skill, especially on camera.
Yeah, and I think, like I said too, is this is a really fun card. Everyone really loved being part of the card and being involved in this, and so you'll notice guys are starting to go back into that thing. So Nate just looked into his bag, and he just lost his phone
While looking for
the disc. So now he's thinking about how he's going to try to find his phone. He's a little upset by that.
Now he's got to win this shootout to make enough money to buy a new phone. That's the mindset.
Right, and so now he's like, now I got to go try to find his phone, and so he's hoping hopefully he'll find it, and we tap out here. So we don't see the shootout, but we do know from the result that Adam is the one who gets eliminated from the shootout as we move into our next hole here. The hole 7, 270 feet, OB over, actually double Mando first of all, so we have to get through these two trees, pipeline, OB over the fence there on the right side, and then it goes right into this overhang for the highway here.
Yep. So this is kind of the first hole where the 2 is mandatory.
Yeah.
Where a 3 is not good enough.
Right. A 3 will be you'll be in the tiebreaker at best.
So before this, the 4 might be good enough, but the 3 definitely is. Mm-hmm. But now with so many less players, and especially the average rating of the player going way up.
Yep.
We're up into the 1,000 range now on average rating.
Yep. Throwing the roller here. Both the first 2 throws now are wide left for where they're standing at. They're kind of tucked behind that wall. They actually lose visibility of the basket from that position. So now
but
Nate,
that's the safe shot still for
right.
3, I guess.
And Nate
easy 2.
Knows that he needs to win to go buy himself a new phone. He's like, now he's going to lock himself in. Marwy throwing a forehand, and he must have gotten over on it.
So there's 15+ mile an hour winds, maybe gusts around 20. Crazy windy. The tournament wasn't that windy. What a throw-in.
Yeah, Ryan from 50 feet, you'll see him come around the corner.
Pro player Zog kind of struggling.
You asked him even, he's like, could you even see the basket? He goes, no, had no idea what it was.
He didn't ask anyone to ring it, didn't even look. He just kind of threw it.
Just bang.
He went in.
All right, I guess he's moving on to the next round. So that was Mark just a second ago. Marwy just real close to putting that one in himself. I think he could
try to do his best Ryan impersonation.
I think he could barely see the basket because he's so long. He could step wide enough to just kind of see the peak of the basket.
Great downhill putt from Nate. It was really close, but
yeah,
that was really, really steep.
So both these players are, especially now that I think Mark played open as well.
Oh,
if I recall correctly. Okay. He either played AM1 and won it, or he played open. I'd have to double check in the stats.
He's right in that skill range of very good AM1.
But he's in a tiebreaker now with Marwy.
Solid open.
So this
is a really cool placement on the CTP.
Yep, and this is 4 feet, 3 feet in that range. It's pretty decent using the hill. Didn't choke up quite fast enough. So
definitely puts the pressure on though.
Yeah, definitely you have to get it there.
It wasn't amazing, but
from my standpoint, that's an intimidating. It looked very close, and Marwy just all right, I guess, whatever.
Yep, throwing it into the hole. That's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, that's a pretty good CTP. So Mark there getting eliminated as we head into the final 2 holes. The top 3 finishers in open are the last 3 standing.
Yep, and then this is who cashes, right? Or do they pay out more than that?
Yeah, there's a payout for yes. So
there's a huge payout.
Yeah, there's a big difference in the payouts between first and second.
Third.
Yeah,
and I think third gets some money too.
All right, and now we have there's Travis in the water there in
Justin.
The river. And Justin. Hey guys, Team Evo shout out. So here's another kind of must get 2 here. OB long, but it's real short, 186. Ryan here going a touch too long. He ends up going OB into the water. So really opens the door for both Nate and Andrew just to kind of secure a deuce here to move on. this is going to be safe for sure.
The nice part is that we've got Team Evo in the water to go retrieve that disc.
That's very true. They're willing and able. Marweed getting even closer there. Even though Nate's is a bit of a tester because of the elevated basket and he has got water right behind it, but hopefully he'll be able to knock this down. Oh, just on the am side, so he's going to be... So Ryan has a chance. He's still alive now. He can make this putt. They agreed on...
Push Nate.
Yep, they agreed on this spot for the OB relief. And so he's now made it, so now Nate has to make his to push it.
Andy throwing his putt about 60 miles an hour.
Because
he's practice basket.
Yeah. So Nate, again, because we were using just the catch cam footage, we don't see the shootout, but Nate ends up winning the shootout, puts it actually leaning against the log here. But now we have one last hole, hole 9, 360 feet. This is huge.
He's still live for that phone money now.
He is. Nate can win the whole thing for that new phone. Actually, while we're recording this, a bunch of the guys went back. I think someone had a metal detector, and they were going through all the needs with the metal detector.
40 people looking for the phone.
Yeah, they were all trying to help Nate out right now. So, but Nate doesn't know. As of right now, we haven't not found a phone yet. So
this shot is huge.
Like these trees in the way, like it's like huge power. Nate just has to go with a thumber.
Yep, he's got gorilla hands and a super fast disc, and he can launch it over the top.
Speed demon, throws at 330. He's just short of the basket, circles edge there. He'll have a look at it, downhill a little bit.
Andy, one of the few people who has 400 plus foot power with his forehand.
Yep.
And so he can just do an easy hyzer out and around.
Yep, and he's
they
inside
both have
circle.
Maybe real close to circle's edge.
Yep.
But this is a practice basket.
Right. Spit outs are a thing. Nate with a real nice putt.
Yep, made it a little sweaty there, but definitely.
Yep, forcing the issue with Marweed to force the playoff. And Marweed kissing out that right side. He was definitely on the far side.
Finally getting punished for that 100-mile-an-hour putt that he has.
Right.
$50. Thank you for coming, Andrew. And the winner of the shootout gets to wear the belt. Show him the belt, Nate. Come on. Okay. Oh, there's a belt? Damn. 500. Good job, man.
Thank you.
I drove over with the metal detector.
I know, man. I can't believe that. I'm gonna retrace all my steps.
Yeah, so real sweet belt that Nate won there. We're kind of jealous of that, I'm not going to lie. But really cool for him to win that. Get a little bit of redemption from Marweed because Marweed won the actual tournament itself, and so Nate wins the shootout. Nice job from Nate there. And actually, we did find his phone later, so he gets to keep that cash after.
So now he has 2 phones.
Now he has
enough money to buy a second phone.
Yes.
What a guy.
Nate, you should comment down below. Let everyone know what you bought for your
what
second
phone did you get?
Thanks, everyone, for watching. Thanks to our Patreon supporters for helping us out in the year 2019 and now in the year 2020 as we move forward to do more disc golf coverage. Super excited to provide that for you guys. So thanks for watching, guys, and happy disking.